Hey guys, welcome back to The Binger. It's been a long time coming, but we finally have some insider information on The Batman. Matt Reeves' movie will be hitting theaters in 2021, and production is underway. Thanks to some savvy Twitter users, we have the first behind-the-scenes snaps taken directly from the set in London. Thank goodness for office windows and smartphones. But what do they tell us about the upcoming movie? And how does it tie in with what we already know? Let's take a look.
It's not who I am underneath, but what I do that defines me.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Batman. What? Oh, that line. Oh, it's about Superman? Yeah, can't blame me for getting confused, all those men in capes. Anyway, we're here to talk about Gotham's crime-fighting Lothario, and definitely not Krypton's golden child. Ever since Robert Pattinson was announced for the part of Bruce Wayne in the upcoming flick The Batman, fans have been foaming at the mouth like the penguin over a fish. It's a beautiful thing to behold. The cast and crew have remained pretty tight-lipped about everything to do with the picture, but that hasn't stopped photos from being leaked to the net. In a stroke of luck, a couple of behind-the-scenes snaps have surfaced, seemingly showing the British actor as the Dark Knight for the first time. The images surfaced on Twitter as an eagle-eyed snapper managed to get a sneak peek at production, which has begun in London. The pictures seem to show Robert Pattinson on a motorcycle, although it's not immediately clear if this is the actor. Why? Because we can't see his face. The man sitting on the bike has a scarf wrapped around his head and is sporting a crop of suspiciously Wayne-colored hair. Pattinson, who has sandy hair naturally, would obviously dye his hair for the part, so it could well be him. If you zoom in on the brow of the masked man, it does look like Pattinson. Of course, it could be a stuntman ready to throw some tricks into the mix or get into a high-speed chase. Doubles are often used in action movies, especially ones involving comic book heroes like Batman. After all, could you really expect your favorite leading actors to put themselves in the line of fire for a bit of entertainment? Well, a lot of them do to a certain extent, but there's a limit. Professionals always know best. The pictures don't tell us much about what is going on in the scene, but further snaps show police officers dressed identically to that of Gotham law enforcement. The street has seemingly been transformed into a makeshift Gotham, complete with cop cars and news vans. It's a sight to behold, and one that will be a welcome reward for fans that have been patiently waiting for scraps of info. The fun doesn't end there either. Another snap shows a blurry blonde man dressed in a black overcoat with pointed black shoes, holding an umbrella. Many Twitter users have speculated that this is Colin Farrell, who was recently announced as Oswald Cobblepot, aka the Penguin. He looks miles away from Danny DeVito's brilliant portrayal in Tim Burton's movies, but this mystery figure does resemble Farrell. The actor looks like he's waiting around for his turn to shoot as production staff scuttle about behind him. These photos give us a teeny tiny look at what we can expect as production moves forward. And if we're right at least, the first look at the actors in costume. Frankly, we'll take anything at this point. Now that we've had a gander at the pictures, let's see what this tells us about the Batman and what we know so far about the movie. What we do know so far about the entire production is fairly limited. It's been 8 years since we saw a standalone Batman movie that focuses solely on Bruce Wayne and his exploits. 2012's The Dark Knight Rises was a brilliant conclusion to Christopher Nolan's film series. Christian Bale handed over the mantle to Ben Affleck, who appeared as the Bat in the relaunched DCEU. Despite appearing in 4 movies, including Batman v Superman, Affleck never got a chance to fully bite into the role as his predecessors did. The Batman was the perfect opportunity to do so, but he eventually bowed out, claiming that he couldn't get the script right. Sad for Affleck fans, but great news for Robert Pattinson as he beat out the competition to star in Matt Reeves' movie. As we already mentioned, production started in early 2020, and the movie is set to be unleashed upon the Earth in June of 2021. We can hardly wait. When Pattinson was announced as the latest actor to fill Wayne's shoes, the reaction was mixed. Some believe he's too young to play the billionaire crime fighter, while others just can't shake Pattinson's Twilight days off. However, his youth will work in his favor for Reeves' script, which focuses on a younger Batman than Affleck's version. The director and writer have gone on record saying he hopes to deliver a mature and ambitious movie that provides an epic and emotional new take on Bruce Wayne. Let's hope it achieves just that. When the concept of the Batman originally came out, it was believed to be a sort of prequel to Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Now that Affleck's out and Pattinson is in, that idea has been scrapped entirely. Now the Batman will be much like Joker as a standalone part of the DCEU without ties to other movies. Whether this version of the character will eventually get expanded upon and linked to other pictures in the universe is up for debate. However, it could certainly work well for Warner Bros., giving them a second shot at competing with Marvel in this regard. We know from the various Batman movies over the years, and the comics of course, that Batman loves himself a motorbike. It's really no surprise to see Pattinson riding one, but it certainly looks a little lower spec than the ones we're used to. This again supports the theory that Reeves is throwing it all the way back to Wayne's humble beginnings, but it could tell us something else entirely. Considering that his face is wrapped up and later he's wearing a helmet, could Bruce be tracking someone incognito? Assuming this is the time before he got all his tech gadgets, he could be doing things the old-fashioned way. We may not have had any real official word on the plot, but there are a few bits of information that we can tie together. Reeves told The Hollywood Reporter that his movie will be a point-of-view-driven noir Batman tale. This adds onus to the private eye Batman, especially as Reeves further elaborated that Wayne will be hunting down criminals and solving crimes. After all, Batman isn't just a rich guy with a costume and weapons. He has a keen idea of right and wrong, and unparalleled senses when it comes to finding bad guys. Comic book lovers will be more akin to seeing Batman in that gritty detective mode than moviegoers. While Nolan's franchise was certainly a deeper look into the character than Tim Burton's shot at it in the early 90s, there's still a lot of character traits itching to be unearthed. That's not to say that there won't be the same Hollywood flair that we're used to. It is an action movie made by the best of the best, after all, so cinephiles will still get their kicks. Overall, though, Reeves' Batman looks set to deliver a much more character-driven look at Gotham's finest. We know for sure that Colin Farrell is on board, but who else is going to be coming to Gotham City? The Penguin will be joined by Catwoman, the feisty secretary-turned-feline villain Selina Kyle. Big Little Lies actress and daughter of a rock star Zoe Kravitz has been officially announced to wear the suit. Catwoman is an intriguing character, as she has been both an ally, a love interest, and a foe of Batman in the past. At this time, we have no idea if Kravitz's character will align herself with or against Wayne. She could be built up to take on a much bigger part of the DCEU in the future. Kravitz could call upon her stepfather for advice when it comes to hero magic, as he's none other than Jason Momoa. The Aquaman actor could undoubtedly give Zoe a tip or two when it comes to handling these big-budget action capers. Aside from Farrell and Kravitz, who can we expect to see? Well, the jury is out. Ben Affleck's version of the movie was set to star True Blood's Joe Manganiello as Deathstroke. The imposing villain was even introduced in a post-credit scene in Justice League. However, when Affleck gave up the ghost, it left Manganiello's DC fate in the balance. By all accounts, it was a massive shame to see the actor get pushed aside with Reeves' rewrite. But he hasn't confirmed or denied his departure, or entry if you can call it that. In 2017, he was asked in an interview if he would be back in Reeves' version. He replied, maybe, we'll see. Fans are hopeful that he will be involved in some manner, but given the complete overhaul, it seems unlikely. Originally, Deathstroke was posed to be introduced and then given his own standalone movie on the back of the Batman. This can't happen if he's never brought back to begin with. Aside from this, Westworld actor Jeffrey Wright will appear as Jim Gordon, which is certainly a turn-up for the books. Judging by the leaked photos containing the Gotham police officers, Gordon will play a decent role in the movie, as he has in previous retellings. Playing Batman is no easy task for any actor. Many have tried, and few have passed that test. George Clooney famously lists his turn as the Caped Crusader as one of the worst performances of his career. Michael Keaton, while he has a solid fan base, took a lot of heat for being cast. Similarly, there are those that disliked Ben Affleck in the part so much that they refused to watch. A lot is riding on this picture. Judging by its predecessors, the budget of the movie will reach somewhere between $150 and $200 million. In order to be a success, the movie needs to drive viewers into theaters and make some serious cash. Can Pattinson stand up and give the movie what it needs to survive? Everyone involved must be feeling the pressure, but Reeves' dedication to the feature can't be denied. He seems to have a really clear idea of where he's going and what he wants to do with Bruce Wayne's story. As well as this, Pattinson is notoriously known for choosing art house or independent movies over Hollywood blockbusters. The script was presumably so enticing to him that he simply couldn't pass up the opportunity. The duo, along with the other members of the cast, have the foundation to make something truly brilliant. With Todd Phillips' Joker scooping awards left, right, and center, they've got to measure up and get this one in the bag. The spotlight is on them, and the world is watching. There you have it, gentle viewers. What do you think? Do you think you know where the movie's headed? Let us know in the comments. Before you jet off to fight crime and save the world, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing from us. Until next time, thanks so much for watching.